Hi, this is Dr. Antolak from thegeneraldentist.com in Shelby Township, Michigan, Macomb County, and our phone number is 586-247-3500. You know, we all, pretty much all of us like sweets. That's just the way that our bodies are. We like sugar and sweets. The problem is that sweets, what do? They cause cavities, can cause obesity if they're eaten and consumed too much, with little activity. They're not good, obviously, for diabetics. Diabetics need to control their blood sugar. And so actually Pam, my office manager, was watching about maybe a couple of years ago Shark Tank. And on Shark Tank, they had a candy that's made out of xylitol. And they're called ice chips. I'll show you some. There's a number of different flavors: Margarita, berry mix, strawberry daiquiri, eggnog, lemon, peppermint, and a number of different other flavors to them. And they taste great. The key is that xylitol is a sugar substitute. It's natural. It actually is harvested from the birch tree bark. And the difference is that sugar is a carbohydrate. The bacteria in the mouth use this carbohydrate as a food source. And when sugar is used, unfortunately, when it's used by the bacteria, it will form an acid, lactic acid, as it's the byproduct of its metabolism. So, in other words, when you have pop, let's say, or have some candy, your pH or your acidic level increases, or your pH drops, same thing, when you consume any types of sugar. So what happens is that if this sugar substitute, xylitol, works really well because you can taste it, it's tasty, but what it does, it ends up starving off the bacteria that form these cavities. And it's great because its glycemic index is very low because it's not a sugar. Therefore, diabetics can use it pretty regularly, and it can rehydrate and re-moisten the mouth, which helps with that, and it tastes really good. You have to take basically six pieces per day and suck on them throughout the day. It actually has a functional use for that and can actually starve out the bacteria, number one, to reduce the cavities and to help diabetics maintain their insulin levels more uniformly. So we find it's very popular in our office. We have a number of people who come in, even from announcements like this about this product. There aren't a whole lot of distributors of it, so if you'd like to come in, they're $5 a box, $5 a tin like this, and that tin can last you a long time. It contains 50 grams, and that's enough to get you through about probably a week's period of time if you used it. Actually 2 weeks of time. If you just use that. Now, you don't be careful. You don't want to use too much because it can cause constipation if you have consumed way too much of it. But that's it. That's the biggest problem with it. So here's an alternative for diabetics to have something that's sweet, and also for our seniors too, who get constant cavities from dry mouth, and they don't have the abilities to fight off or to neutralize the effects of the bacteria when they eat sugars. So if you're a diabetic, or if you have a dry mouth, and if you want to change what's going on in your mouth, give us a call, 586-247-3500.